This is Karen Phelps, and I want to welcome you to the Leadership Q&A call. And I know that there's questions that you have about leadership and about how you can maximize your team, how you can really help your team get off to a great start so that they produce more, so they sell more. They're producing more, they're helping you earn more. And so that's why I asked some of my favorite people who have invested in the direct selling leadership blueprint or the blueprint for mastering direct selling leadership. I've asked them to join me on the team on this call. Some of these people came to Las Vegas for our boot camp. Some of them have attended the virtual boot camp. Some of them have done both. But no matter what, they have been implementing and really, really making things happen and taking things to the next level. So I thought I'd ask them to share on today's call some of the things that they've been doing that have been really, really working for them. Jessie, are you on yet?
Here I am. I made it home.
You made it. Hey, Missy, how are you?
I'm great, and you?
Absolutely fantastic. So, Miss Jessie, there's been plenty of things happening with you. So let's go ahead and share. What are some of the things that you have been doing since boot camp? And I know that you and I have a long, long relationship because I think you're probably one of my first gold members and also a platinum member. So go ahead and tell people what some of the great things that's been happening with you and also what you've been implementing.
Well, when I attended boot camp back in October, it basically, from that point, it took me 2 months to promote to the highest leadership level in my company, which I was extremely thrilled about, seeing as I was sitting at that level before that for over 7 years.
So really, it took you 7 years
I have
to go to that highest level? You've been trying for 7 years, and I got you to do it in 2 months?
Yes.
Holy cow. Then you guys think I don't have a big boot, right? Okay.
I'm just glad you haven't called me lazy and have told me to get up early. I'm sure that will be next. But anyway, basically one of the things that I've implemented and one of the things that you've taught me the most is to fall in love with your team all over again. Because when you do sit at a certain leadership level for a long period of time, you can't help but feel disappointed, frustrated, angry, resentful, and you really get to the point where you're just frustrated with your team, and I think that was showing in my attitude towards them. So what I did after boot camp was I completely revamped my recognition program, and I learned to fall in love with them all over again. And from the time I implemented it since January, because I wanted to start with the beginning of our year. Since January, my team sales are up 30% over last year, and my income is up 58.3% over last year. So I's one happy girl.
Your income is up how much?
58.3%.
Boy, she's even got the 0.3%.
Yes, I do. And after boot camp, you had, I don't know if you remember, but at the end of the session, you had us write down, and I know Brenda was sitting right next to me, and we had to write down our affirmation. What were we going to achieve 1 year from now? And I wrote down that I will earn a six-figure income and exactly how I was going to celebrate. And I am on track to earn that six-figure income this year.
And so did your celebration include me? And some champagne?
Absolutely.
Jessie, tell us some of the other things that's been happening with you.
Well, I mean, the recognition has really been the biggest. And you had taught me at boot camp, and I had always was under the impression in my direct sales career that 3% of your leadership income is what is supposed to go back for team recognition. But you taught me it's really 10%. And so by loosening my purse strings a little bit, I have been able to recognize my team in ways that, I mean, look at the response and look at the return that I'm getting for just increasing that recognition. So 2 recognition pieces that I've implemented is one is called the Nifty 50 Club. And what I do is when someone has a $5,000 month, they will get, and this is a one-time annual bonus. So the minute they have their first $5,000 month, they will receive a $50 bill from me. But they also get their picture taken with their $50 bill, and they go on the Nifty 50 Club Wall of Fame. And so now if they have another $5,000 month this year, they don't get the $50 again, but they'll get the recognition for that, you know.
Mm-hmm. And so how many of you
January, we'll have a clean slate once again. And so that really has created some interest as far as stretching themselves to get to that $5,000 month. Then I also have the High Five Award, which for those of you who buy from, am I allowed to say a company name?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. For those of you on Oriental Trading, they sell these cute little high five trophies, and they are so stinking cheap, and they also sell high five ribbons, high five award ribbons. And so I started this in January, and it's a 6-month program. And so whoever had the highest party, and it has to be a home party, whoever had the highest party in January received the high five award. They get their trophy and their ribbon. And the only way to get your own trophy and ribbon is you have to beat that party. And so it really has created some huge numbers, which are great, of course, because now it's helping to increase the sales. And so whoever has the highest party by the end of June will receive a $50 check. And then it starts all over again starting July 1st.
So that's kind of like the Beat the Best that I used to do. But
Exactly.
but you give everybody a trophy. And
Yes, they'll get their own little trophy.
And so actually, Jessie, what's the highest party that somebody's trying to beat right now on your team?
$1,547. And it might not sound like a lot to perhaps some of the people on the call, but with the company that I'm with, our average price point is $7.99.
Right.
So for us, that's a huge party. And so one of the things that we did at the last meeting, because some people, of course, get their pants in a knot thinking, well, I could never beat that. They're already self-sabotaging themselves. So the training topic was how to host coach to a $1,500 party so that they could see themselves achieving that party sale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the party to beat, and this is the last month to do it, and then we'll have a clean slate starting in July.
And so basically what you're doing is you're not only having you're not only implementing the rewards and the recognition, but you're showing them how to do it. So that they're, like you said, because you're always going to have people that are going to be excuse makers and stuff. But you know what I guess I'm most excited about is that loosening your purse strings to giving back an extra 7% of your leadership bonus check has actually resulted in a 58% increase in your income. I think that would be one of the best returns on investment that anybody could ever have. I mean, that's phenomenal.
And then, of course, the whole systems thing. I mean, you have taught me you have to have systems for everything. And so I have duplicated all of your systems, and I've taught that to my team because, we always say to someone in the interview guide, they feel like as a new consultant they don't know everything. And so when I'm holding those leadership conversations, I say to them, you're not expected to know everything. We'll do this together. And to have all those systems in place, I now have people recruiting. I have a ton of senior consultants, people just newly fresh in the business where they're out recruiting. I mean, the numbers are unbelievable. We're averaging 30 new team members a month just in having the duplicatability there in place.
That's fantastic.
And it takes away that fear of having to know everything.
And Jessie, I know you're doing opportunity meetings and trainings, aren't you?
Yes, I do them 3 times a month.
Okay, and you're combining that opportunity meeting / training?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Jessie, do you have any long distance team?
Yes. Yep. Pretty much half of my team is long distance.
And so how do you work with your long distance team, Jessie?
Well, we have a website through myfamily.com or ancestry.com. I use the one that's called myfamily.com. So I have a team website where it's just filled with training and recognition information. So that's pretty much how I stay in touch with them. But then I also do webinars, of course, Constant Contact, which I'm a huge fan of. And with working with you, I have now learned how to do or make webinars. So that is my focus this summer, is to spend my time doing my completing my new consultant training on a webinar so that I can teach that to everyone as well via satellite, so to speak.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anything else you want to share?
That whoever's on this call listening, they need to still work with you, because otherwise they're just totally missing the boat.
Thank you.